Good morning friends. In the previous lecture we were solving about chapter number 3, the coordinate geometry. And now in this lecture friends we are going to solve about chapter number 4, that is linear equation in two variables. Friends, as you have studied in the previous classes what linear equations are, and in chapter number 2 in this year or in this standard we have also studied about the linear polynomials. So let us discuss quickly about what this linear equations in two variables are, and then we shall move further. So first of all, linear equations in two variables, these are simply an equation containing the variables having its power or degree as 1. So these are all the linear equations. An equation containing variables having its power or degree as 1. So if any equation or if any polynomial is having a variable with its power 1, then that is known as a linear equation or linear polynomial. Say for example, x plus 1 equal to 0. As you can see here that x is the variable and 1 is the constant term. So the variable is having its power equal to 1, so that is known as a linear equation. Similarly, I can write 2x plus 3y equal to 0. Here you can see that there are two variables x and y, and as you can see that both the variables is having its power as 1, so that is known as a linear equation. So these are all the linear equations. You can also write like 4t minus 1 equal to 0. This here friends, this t is considered as a variable here and it is having its power 1, so that is again a linear linear equation, right? Here we were discussing about the linear equations. Now as we know or as we have this chapter as linear equation in two variables, so perfectly a linear equation in two variables is an equation or expression that means mathematical expression containing exactly two variables with the power of each as 1. So that is known as a linear equation in two variables. An equation containing exactly two variables with the power of each as 1. With the power of each, that means with the power of each variable as 1. So let me say for example here, that is 4x plus 3y equal to 0. Here the example that we took, that can also be written here, 2x plus 3y equal to 0. Then you can also write x plus 2y plus 3 equal to 0. See, these are all the examples of linear equation in two variables. Again 5x plus 7y minus 9 equal to 0. These are all linear equations in two variables. Here you can see friends that this is only a linear equation in one variable. This is also a linear equation in one variable, but these are all the linear equations in two variables. Two variables, that means as we see that the variables are x and y in each of this following examples, right? So this is how you can write down a linear equation in two variables. That is the examples that you can write down. Okay. Now friends, again what we are going to see is how to solve a linear equation in two variables and how to find out their solution. So let us see that. Okay. First of all, let us discuss general thing about a linear equation in two variables. That is, a linear equation in two variables can generally be written as ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. This is the general form of a linear equation in two variables, ax plus by plus c equal to 0, where a square plus b square is not equal to 0. So you need to remember this condition, that a square plus b square is not equal to 0. So a linear equation in two variables can generally be written as ax plus by plus c equal to 0, where a square plus b square is not equal to 0. Okay. Now the first thing that will come to you is how to write down some examples in the general form and find out the values of a, b and c. So friends, here you can say that what is a coefficient of x, what is b, coefficient of y, what is c, that is the constant term, right? So you just need to take out these coefficients of x, coefficients of y and the constant term from the given examples, alright, or from the given equations. Let me say, for example, if I am having an equation here that 3x plus 4y is equals to 7, and I am asked to write down this equation in the standard form and find out a, b and c. So what is the standard form, friends? Ax plus by plus c equal to 0, but here it is equals to 7. So this 7 needs to be taken here. Therefore the standard form of the given equation is 3x plus 4y minus 7 is equal to 0. That 7, friends, is taken on the left side, so it will become minus 7 equal to 0. So that is the standard form of the given equation, 3x plus 4y minus 7 equal to 0. And what is a? That is coefficient of x. Coefficient, friends, I have written here these coefficients. What do you mean by the coefficients? Coefficients are simply the number or non-zero term multiplied with the variables, right? The number or the non-zero term multiplied with the variables is called the coefficient, right? Is called the coefficients. So here the coefficient of x, that is 3, so a is equals to 3. B, that is the coefficient of y. What is the number multiplied with 5? That is plus 4, so only 4. And the constant term is the term without any variable. So what is the constant term here? 7. No, Here the constant term is minus 7 because there is a minus sign before that constant term. So we got the values of A, B and C also, that is 3, 4 and minus 7. Right? So that is how you can write down any equations in the standard form and also find out the values of A, B and C. I am having some more examples, friends, so let us quickly discuss them and then we shall move further. So I think you might note down these coefficients. Okay. Now the next thing is I am having a question here. Write each of the following. In the standard form. And indicate the values of A, B and C. The first one, 2x plus 3y is equals to 4.37. So that is the first equation I am having here, 2x plus 3y equals to 4.37. So first of all, the standard form, we know that the standard form of a linear equation in two variables is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Therefore, writing down this here, 2x plus 3y minus 4.37 is equals to 0. So what we did is we have taken this 4.37 from the right side to the left side. So this plus 4.37 has become minus 4.37. Now comparing these both, and hence we get A is equals to 2, B is equals to 3 and C is equals to minus 4.37 as we have discussed. How do we get these A, B and C, right? So that is how we get the values of A, B and C. Is it clear, friends? So that is how you can write down the example, right? Look, okay. I am having the second one, that is x minus 4 is equals to root 3y. X minus 4 is equals to root 3y. So first of all, we need to write down in the standard form. Now we know the standard form already, that is ax plus by plus c equal to 0. So what thing we will do is, whatever the term is present on the right side, that means after the equal to, we will take that whole term before equal to. So here we can write down, therefore the standard form of this will be x minus root 3y minus 4 is equal to 0. Right? Here this root 3y is plus, here the sign is plus. So if I take this root 3y from the right side to the left side, that will become minus. So friends, what we are going to do is, we are going to take that root 3y from the right side, that means after equal to before equal to. So that becomes minus. Hence this is our standard form, x minus root 3y minus 4 equal to 0. And we get A is equals to, what is the coefficient of x here, friends? As you can see, there is nothing present before x. So you will not take it as 0, you will take it as 1. So the coefficient of x here is 1. Value of b, that is minus root 3, and c, that is minus 4. So you can simply say that a is equals to 1, b is equals to minus root 3, and c is equals to minus 4. So this is how you can find out the values of a, b and c. Okay, so the third question, 4 equals to 5x minus 3y. Now friends, as I have said in the previous example, that whatever the terms they are present here on the right side must be taken on the left side. Now as you can see here, that here it is given as 4 equals to 5x minus 3y. So friends, what we are going to do is, we are going to shift the constant term on the other side. Now what is the constant term here? 4. So this can also be written like, therefore you can write it like 5x minus 3y equals to 4. Yes or no? We can write it like this, because 4 equals to 5x minus 3y, or 5x minus 3y equal to 4. In the reverse way, what I have done, I have written the right side first and the left side in the next. Therefore 5x minus 3y minus 4 is equal to 0. So this is the standard form here, 5x minus 3y minus 4 equal to 0, and we get a. What is a? 5b minus 3, and c minus 4, right? So that is how we get these values, that is a equals to 5, b equals to minus 3, and c equals to minus 4. Okay, so that are the values of a, b and c for this example. And lastly, I am having a question, that is 2x is equals to y. So friends, first of all, here what we will do, we will take this y on the other side, but you can see here that there is no constant term present. Is there any constant term? No. Here there is no constant term present. So what do we write in place of the constant term, friends? Obviously there is nothing present, so that will be 0. So that gives me 2x minus y plus 0 is equal to 0. So that is the standard form, because as there is nothing present here as the constant term, we will write down 0 as the constant term, and hence we get a equals to 2, b equals to minus 1, and c equal to 0. Right? We get a equals to 2, b equals to minus 1, and c equal to 0. In place of the constant term, we will have it as 0. Okay? So that is about the standard form of a linear equation in two variables and writing down the equations. Okay, now the next thing, friends, we shall learn is how to form a linear equation in two variables. How to form a linear equation in two variables. So let me erase this. Okay, form a linear equation in variables for the following situations. The first situation here is the cost of a notebook is twice the cost of pen. The cost of a notebook is twice the cost of a pen. So friends, what do we have here is the cost of a notebook, which is related to the cost of the pen, because here you can see that the cost of one notebook is twice, that means 2 times the cost of one pen, right? So friends, what we have is the condition, and we need to represent this in the linear equation in 2 variables. So first of all, what we shall do is we shall let the cost of a notebook be X rupees and that of a pen be Y rupees, right? Let the cost of a notebook be X rupees and that of a pen be Y rupees. Therefore, according to the given condition, cost of a notebook is X, which is twice the cost of one pen, that is X equals to 2 into Y. So cost of one notebook is equals to twice or 2 times the cost of one pen. That gives me X equals to 2Y. Or you can also write this in the standard form, that is X minus 2Y plus 0 is equal to 0. So that is the standard form of the given equation, and this equation is our answer for the given question, that is form a linear equation in 2 variables for the following situations. So that is how you can find out. Okay, let me write down one more example. The total cost of one bat and 3 balls is 1200 rupees. The total cost of one bat and 3 balls is 1200 rupees. So again, if I want to find out the equation for the situation, so first of all, what I am going to do is how many items do we have? That is a bat and a ball. So we are going to take differently the variables for both of them. So let the cost of one bat be X rupees and that of one ball be Y rupees. See friends, what I have done is we have taken the cost of one bat and one ball, but if you will come to the question that how many balls do we have in the question, there are 3 balls. So we are not going to take all 3 balls at a time, or we are not going to assume all the 3 balls at a time, right? Why? Because if we find out the cost of one ball, then we can easily get the cost of 3 balls. And whenever you need to find out the solutions in the next topics, at that time you will be required to find out the cost of one balls only, not three balls, right? So that is why we take the cost of one ball only. So the cost of one bat is X rupees and that of the one ball be Y rupees. Therefore, the given question suggests that the total cost, that means addition of all the cost, right? So how many bats do we have? X, so that is 1 into X plus how many balls do we have? 3. Cost of one ball is Y rupees, so cost of 3 balls, that is 3 into Y is equals to 1200, right? Because if we go to a shop and ask for one bat and 3 balls, and he will take the total bill amount is 1200 rupees, so that is equals to 1200, and that gives me X plus 3Y is equals to 1200, or in the standard form X plus 3Y minus 1200 is equal to 0. So that is the standard form of the given equation, that is X plus 3Y equals to 1200, right? So in this way, friends, we can refer the situations that we have, right, as we write down these situations in the form of a linear equation in two variables. Okay. Now, in today's homework, friends, what you will do is exercise 4.1, question 2. There are 8 questions. That we have solved as same as that of the previous example, right? That is writing down the equations in the standard form and indicating the values of A, B and C. Okay, so that is how we write down all these equations in the standard form and indicate the value of A, B and C. So do that all things in the homework. Okay, friends.